English by the Nature Method, Chapter 33, the 33rd chapter. London, from west to east. Mr. Miller and his 3 young friends were having breakfast at the hotel. Wood, we have now been here for several days, long enough at least to have got an impression of London. It seems, however, that there is no end to this big town. It's very difficult to get a full impression of it. Mr. Miller: Yes, you're right. Everybody has that feeling the first time he's in London. I should like to propose a trip which few tourists make. Let us go by underground to the western part of London, and from there we will have a bus ride right through London from west to east. On this trip we can see the western and the eastern suburbs of London. I think that's a very good idea, said Wood, and the others agreed with him. As soon as they had had their breakfast, they went by underground to Ealing, a suburb in the west of London with a great number of small houses. Having arrived at Ealing, they got on a bus going to Barking in East London. After they had passed through the western suburbs of London and got an impression of them, Brown said to the teacher, "Each suburb seems to be much like a town, with a high street or a high road where the biggest and best shops, the theatres and the cinemas are to be found." Storm: I have noticed that some of the shops in the suburbs are just as big as those we have seen in the West End, and some of the cinemas are even bigger. Wood: What long rows of small houses they have in the suburbs. Mr. Miller: Yes, that's what the Londoners like. Instead of living in flats and big buildings in the centre of the town, they prefer to live in their own houses in the suburbs. That's why you see those long rows of small houses, street upon street of them. Wood: I do not wonder that Londoners like small houses. I should also prefer a small house of my own to a flat in a big building. Besides, they have their own gardens with trees and flowers. Now they began to get near the centre of London. The bus went along Oxford Street, and before long they were in the city. Mr. Miller: Now we are in the middle of London. Brown: Then we have only travelled halfway from west to east. It gives us a good impression of how large London is. Mr. Miller: Yes, but look at the streets now. They are much narrower than in the suburbs. We are in the old part of London. That building over there is the Bank of England. It's the greatest bank in the country. A lot of money passes through it every year. But I think you have already heard of the Bank of England many times at home. Storm: What a lot of traffic there is here. There are large numbers of people, motor cars and buses, but I see very low bicycles. That's a bicycle. I see very few bicycles. Wood: Yes, the bus can hardly get through the traffic, and it must be very difficult to ride a bicycle in all this traffic. Mr. Miller: It's hardly ever possible to get through the traffic here quickly. The bank is one of the 2 places in London at which the traffic is greatest. All the buildings in the city are office buildings, and hardly anyone lives here, so that this part of the town is almost empty at night. In the evening, all who work in the city want to go home almost at the same time. Consequently, the streets are just full of people at that time. Brown: I have noticed that there are no trams to be seen in the city. Mr. Miller: No, they are used neither in the city nor in the West End, and you can see for yourselves that in these narrow streets it would hardly be possible to have any trams at all. In 4 or 5 years, I think, there will be no trams at all in London. They are neither very fast nor easy to drive. Instead, they will have either more buses or more underground railways. That's just the same as in Paris. After leaving the city, they passed through the East End, and Mr. Miller said, Many poor people live in this part of the town. You can see from the very houses that the people living in them must be poor. That is, they have very little money. Some time later, after passing through many other parts of London, they arrived at Barking, a suburb in the east of London. They found that the suburbs of East London were just like those of West London. Consequently, after a short time, they returned by underground to their hotel.